everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Tuesday. Nice day today.
Beautiful day outside.
Absolutely. Enjoy it because it's going to get hot.
Yes, it is.
We'll get to the forecast in just a bit. But first, topping our news today, the January 6th committee highlights Donald Trump's call to arms as Capitol rioters gave testimony on their role in the attack on the Capitol.
The Janesville Police Department devotes 2 full days to active shooter training. We'll share what they learned.
And as COVID-19 subvariants are fueling increases in infections across the country, White House officials are urgently working on a plan for a second vaccine booster for all adults. Looking outside today, good day to be out.
Frisbee golf at Elford Park has been very busy.
Yes.
The weather's been perfect.
Yeah, the wind's not too strong.
Yeah.
Warm and quiet for now. Julian's in the backyard, enjoying the weather.
That's right, especially since that breeze has just rolled in for us. Outside of that, it's been pretty nice. It's been not even nearly as humid as it has been over the last couple of days, and any showers that we've been seeing are so far north. We've been enjoying quite a nice day throughout our Tuesday. Now, as we take a look at what we've been seeing in terms of stacking up for us, well, plenty of blue sky, even though some clouds are starting to develop. But overall, it has been a gorgeous day. Just a tad above normal, but rather seasonable around this time of year, as we're around 83 degrees for our highs thus far. And folks, we're going to be looking at temperatures around southern Wisconsin and 86 degrees over towards Janesville and 81 in Platteville. So it feels like summer, but it feels like the good summer because it's not overly muggy as we're heading into the rest of our evening. Now, dew points are in the 56 degrees for us here in Madison, 60 in Platteville, and 54 in Janesville. So again, not a lot of humidity, which makes things just picture perfect as we get our Tuesday rolling. Here's a look at our evening planner for us. Temperatures are going to steadily fall into the 70s by tonight, which is going to be a little bit more mild than usual, but otherwise it's still going to be a rather quiet night. Now, as we take a look over towards our traffic as of right now, a bit of some slow spots on the eastbound side of the Beltline, but otherwise not too bad in terms of our 4 p.m. commute, and the interstate is also looking pretty good as we see all green. Taking a look at how long it would take to get from point A to point B, well, things are pretty normal around this time of day as well, as we're looking at normal time slots. And we'll take a look at what else we're going to be expecting for the rest of the week in just a few moments. Until then, it's toss it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Julian, thank you. The House Select Committee investigating the January 6th assault on the U.S. Capitol held another hearing today.
The focus was any possible connections between former President Trump and extreme right-wing groups.
Skylar Henry has more from Capitol Hill.
The House Select Committee opened its hearings laying out the case that President Trump was repeatedly told he should concede that he lost the election.
I conveyed to him that I thought that it was time for him to acknowledge that President Biden had prevailed in the election.
But the president resisted and continued to look for a way to overturn the results. That culminated in a meeting at the White House on December 18th.
The meeting has been called unhinged, not normal, in the craziest meeting of the Trump presidency. They proposed the immediate mass seizure of state election machines by the U.S. military. The meeting ended after midnight with apparent rejection of that idea.
After that meeting, the president sent out his now infamous tweet calling for his supporters to converge on D.C. on January 6th for a rally. President Trump's tweet spurred thousands of people who were convinced the election was stolen to come to D.C. on January 6th. Many of those at that rally ended up storming the Capitol later that day.
They put their faith and their trust in Donald Trump. They wanted to believe in him. They wanted to fight for their country, and he deceived them.
One of those people was Stephen Ayers from Ohio. The Ohio man attended the Stop the Steal rally. He's already pleaded guilty to disorderly conduct after converging on the Capitol. And court documents show he suggested civil war will ensue if former President Trump did not remain in the White House. He cited the December 19th tweet from the former president urging supporters to come to Washington. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
And there will be another January 6th hearing next week. Well, it's an unfortunate reality for police. They never want to see gun violence, but they understand they must prepare for it.
That is why Janesville Police dedicated 2 full days this week to active shooter training.
Our Brad Hamilton got a chance to see that training in action. He shares what he learned. Brad?
Mark and Susan, and talking with officers today, they say active shooter situations are a critical part of their regular training. In fact, a lieutenant told me Janesville police try to work on active shooter situations as much as possible, with at least 4 sessions each year. Now, these sessions are all-day events with each unit on duty rotating through several times each. As we know, a mass shooting can happen anywhere, but today, Janesville police worked through several scenarios at a local middle school.
Unfortunately, in today's society, we're seeing many acts of this gun violence or active killer, active threat going on, and we have to prepare for this because it is a reality. As we've seen, this has happened regionally, and we have to be prepared for this to happen locally.
That was Lieutenant Josh Norum, who says JPD teaches officers to take out the shooter first in any active situation. You do not want to call for backup or reinforcements. You do the best you can to protect the innocent. Once the threat has then been handled, then you help those in need. Coming up at 5, we're going to get a closer look at how this training unfolds.
We will see you at 5, Brad. Thank you. Public Health Madison Dane County held a conference this morning with a representative from the Be Smart gun safety campaign. The conference focused on nonpartisan approaches to curbing gun violence, such as keeping guns in the home stored properly. During the presentation, Speaker Katie Smart emphasized the importance of leaving politics at the door, instead focusing on risk reduction for gun violence happening to children in their own homes.
And while school shootings and mass shootings typically make national headlines, the reality is that for children under the age of 13, gun homicides most frequently occur in the home.
The SMART in Be Smart is an acronym for Basic Safety Precautions Securely Storing Guns, modeling good behavior with guns, asking about gun safety in the homes. As the leading cause of death among children 17 and younger, keeping guns and ammunition locked in separate locations can be the factor that prevents a firearm homicide, accident, or suicide.
A Wisconsin police officer is recovering after a gun-related incident with a suspect. Authorities in West Milwaukee say they received a call from a man who gave his address and said he was about to die. Officers responded to the scene, and they say the man came outside and pointed a weapon at one of the officers. That officer fired. He missed the suspect, but a fragment from the bullet struck a different officer. Meanwhile, the suspect was subdued by a stun gun, and he was taken into custody. Police say they recovered the firearm, and charges are pending.
Both houses of Congress are addressing the issue of abortion today. For the first time since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, the Senate is back and hearing from those impacted by the decision. Witnesses on both sides of the issue testified before the Senate Judiciary Committee about the ramifications of restricting access to abortion, including Planned Parenthood doctor Colleen McNicholas.
Lupus, arthritis, cancer, medications that we use frequently to control those conditions are being denied to patients because they might also contribute to miscarriage or can be used for abortion and other indications.
For the first time in half a century, the people, through our elected representatives, have the legal authority to affirm the dignity of women and fully protect unborn babies.
Today, a House Rules Committee took up the Women's Health Protection Act, which would codify the right to an abortion. A second bill would ban states from interfering with someone's right to travel to another state to get the procedure. Neither bill is likely to clear the Senate and make it to the president's desk.
Firefighters are making some progress in their battle to contain the fires that threaten California's giant sequoias. Time-lapse video shows the thick plumes of dark smoke that triggered air quality alerts over the entire region, reaching the Bay Area and as far north as Oregon. In the past 6 years, over 85% of giant sequoia habitat in the Sierra Nevada has been hit by wildfires, compared to just 25% the previous century. While the worst of the Washburn fire is moving away from the sequoias, it's now burning in a remote area of the park that's hard to reach. Fire crews are now re-strategizing.
We'll go up to the actual uncontrolled fire's edge, and they'll start working off of that uncontrolled edge, bringing fire down the slope.
Around 500 giant sequoias, some 3,000 years old, are still threatened by the fire. Fire crews are now working to establish a perimeter around them. They also put down a water sprinkler. Park rangers say this is the first time they've had to use this technique in their history.
White House health officials are urging Americans to remain vigilant as COVID-19 infections increase and a new subvariant challenges immunity among vaccinated people. President Biden's coronavirus response team met today telling Americans they will need to do more to protect themselves against COVID as a highly transmissible subvariant drives up new infections and hospitalizations across the country. The Omicron offshoot BA.5 caused an estimated 65% of new infections in the U.S. last week, and a closely related strain, BA.4, is also responsible for another 16% of infections in the U.S.
We do not know yet about the clinical severity of BA.4 and BA.5 in comparison to our other Omicron subvariants, but we do know it to be more transmissible and more immune evading.
The White House is also urging Americans to stay up to date on their vaccinations.
A Sparta-based meat company issued a Class 1 recall today for ham products. Foss Fine Meats issued the recall for smoked and cured whole hams, smoked and cured ham steaks, ham roasts, and cured ham hocks. These products may have a Wisconsin mark of inspection with establishment number 58 and also may include a packed-on date of 1 to 153 or 330 to 356. A Class 1 recall indicates that there's a reasonable chance that eating the products could cause serious health consequences, including death. The move comes after a routine inspection of the facility. Well, still to come at 4, there's a way to help your mental and physical well-being, but it's nothing new.
In fact, it dates back to the 10th century. Psychologist, UW health psychologist Shyla Murgain will tell us all about it when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, Live at 4.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture at Wanakee Furniture ETC, the #1 Smith Brothers dealer in the nation. That's right, per square footage, we sell more Smith Brothers than anyone else. So let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Eyes require a certain kind of care. As a family-owned optical company for over 40 years, Wisconsin Vision knows firsthand just how important your eyes are. That's why our doctors and staff are highly skilled and passionate in their roles. It's why our centers offer a large selection of eyewear suitable for all lifestyles, and it's why our lens lab is state-of-the-art, conveniently located right here in Wisconsin.
Ask about our designer kids package or free lens upgrade. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
Kyle Bush, welcome to Menards. What can I help you with today?
Well, I've got my shopping list right here. I need some green treated lumber. I need a brown Mastercraft door. I need red Clearview cabinets and some blue Dutch Boy paint.
Those are M&Ms.
And?
At Menards, we carry the world's best selection of home improvement products to help you complete your next project.
You've got more of these, right?
It's all gonna fit in your car?
I got a trunk.
Save big money at Menards.
Before treating your chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more, you're not the only one with questions about Botox. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine before they even start, with about 10 minutes of treatment once every 3 months. So ask your doctor if Botox is right for you, and if a sample is available.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
In a survey, 92% of current users said they wish they talked to their doctor and started Botox sooner. Plus, right now, you may pay $0 for Botox. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Botox.
Consumer Cellular has the best customer service.
They care about the customer.
The best price with the best quality.
The prices, the coverage.
The coverage is great.
It was the same, if not better.
Consumer Cellular provides the exact same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get talk, text, and data starting at just $20 a month.
It's like 4 scoops of ice cream for the price of 1.
Switch today and get a 100% risk-free guarantee. Call or go online.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture at Wanakee Furniture ETC, the #1 Smith Brothers dealer in the nation. That's right, per square footage, we sell more Smith Brothers than anyone else. So let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Welcome back. A new study shows a popular weed-killing chemical is in more than 80% of the nation's urine samples.
The controversial herbicide glyphosate has been linked to cancer. It's the active ingredient in the widely used Roundup brand, a weed control product. The company is at the center of thousands of lawsuits claiming it causes cancer. Farmers spray the pesticide, which has been found in a variety of food, including baby formula. Well, have you ever bought a tuna sandwich from Subway? The sandwich chain claims its sub is 100% tuna.
But some people think that claim is a little fishy. A federal judge today said Subway can be sued for allegedly misleading customers about its tuna offerings. Subway argues that any presence of non-tuna DNA might result from eggs in the mayonnaise or contact with other ingredients. The judge said today it's too soon to accept that argument, and the lawsuit against Subway can move forward.
We're getting our first glimpse of galaxies deep in the cosmos as NASA's Webb telescope reveals images from deep inside space. Photos include Stephan's Quintet, the constellation Pegasus, hundreds of millions of light years away. Of particular interest is a revealing look at WASP-96b, the first spectrum of an exoplanet, which indicates a distinct presence of water.
This is a view we've never ever had before. Previous observatories have hinted at these things, but we've never seen it in the kind of detail that Webb showed us today.
Webb is the world's largest and most complex space science telescope. It's an international effort between NASA, the European Space Agency, and the Canadian Space Agency. Scientists say Webb will help them put together missing pieces to unanswered questions about the boundaries of space.
Makes your head hurt, doesn't it?
Incredible.
Well, there's a chance someone in the U.S. could become a multi-millionaire within the next few hours. Tonight, the Mega Millions jackpot is worth $440 million, or nearly $248 million in cash. This is the largest prize the lottery has offered in about 14 months. If someone does come up with all the right numbers, the payday would be the 11th largest prize in Mega Millions history.
Fun to dream.
Researchers have put actual dollar figures on economic harm caused by the nations they say are most responsible for the climate crisis. The Dartmouth College study found 5 of the world's top emitters of planet-warming gases caused about $6 trillion in loss in gross domestic products from 1990 to 2014.
The study also shows the 2 biggest contributors to the climate crisis, the U.S. and China, individually caused global economic losses of more than $1.8 trillion each during that same period.
Stocks closed lower ahead of new inflation data being released tomorrow. The Dow Industrials fell 192 points, ending the day at 30,981. The Nasdaq lost 107 points. The S&P 500 was off 35. Well, in a laundry list of things to do to stay healthy, eat better, exercise, manage your stress, adding one more may seem daunting.
But there is a simple practice you can do that may hold significant benefits for your mental and physical well-being.
It's journaling, a practice that dates back to the 10th century. UW Health distinguished psychologist Shyla Mergain is back with us. Hi, Shyla. Good to see you.
Hi, Shyla. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me, Mark and Susan.
Journaling, like Dear Diary?
No, it's different than traditional diary writing where you're just recording the events of the day. Therapeutic journaling is really using the written word to express the full range of emotion we might have related to something that's been difficult or stressful, something that's really been irking us. And, currently living today, there just are a lot of stressors, and it can feel really overwhelming, and we have trouble metabolizing all those slings and arrows of life. And so using therapeutic journaling can have a lot of benefits, both physically and psychologically.
How do you do it? What is it about putting something on paper that is so beneficial for you?
Yeah, well, first I just want to mention the research that they find that doing therapeutic journaling has health benefits to things like asthma, rheumatoid arthritis, cancer, chronic pain, and even insomnia or difficulty sleeping. And it's been shown even to improve school performance and having students feel a greater sense of personal well-being. So first, think about about picking something that's been upsetting. And I want to have a caveat that it shouldn't be something really recent or something really traumatic. We often need a little bit of space and time before we write about it. And if it's really traumatic, I think journaling probably isn't as indicated. You need more professional help. So pick something that's maybe you've been ruminating about, that you've been dwelling on, that's still getting under your skin. And then pick a time and location where you can write about it. So the work of James Pennebaker has a protocol where you write about that upsetting thing for 3 to 4 days in a row for 20 minutes. And you're writing just for yourself. And you set that timer for 20 minutes. And if you can't think of something to write, just write that. I can't think of something to write. And what we find is as you start writing, you'll start to make sense of what happened. You'll, in a sense, write yourself to a new chapter. You realize that, all this impacted you. Your journey is far from over. And you make sense of it and figure out a way to move forward.
So are there things to avoid writing about?
Great question, Mark. Certainly. If you find that as you're writing, you get so upset or distressed, put it away. You might find a little bit of upset afterwards, but think about if it's too upsetting, discontinue it and get some support. I also want to say that it's good to bookmark this with doing some writing and doing some self-care. So reach out to a friend, take a walk, do some deep breathing, watch a funny TV show so you have a bit of a container for it.
All right, it's interesting. It dates back to the 10th century.
Yeah, I mean, I can see where it would be very cathartic.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I encourage people to try it this month.
All right, Shyla, thank you.
Give the baby a kiss for us. How old is she now?
She's 4.5 months, so she's moving around.
Time flies.
And, just a bundle of joy.
Can't wait to see you in person.
All
Thanks
right,
so much,
Thanks
Shyla.
again, and we'll be right back.
A Stanley steamer started with one man, a van, and a whole lot of carpet. We've been innovating for a long time. Stanley Steamer now goes beyond carpet. We've been cleaning tile and grout, upholstery, rugs, air ducts, and a whole lot more. We don't just clean carpets, we clean homes. So when your home needs a cleaning, give us a ring at 1-800-STEAMER.
Wealth is breaking ground on your biggest project yet. Worth is giving the people who build it a solid foundation. Wealth is shutting down the office for Mike's retirement party. Worth is giving the employee who spent half his life with you the party of a lifetime. Wealth is watching your business grow. Worth is watching your employees grow with it. Principal, for all it's worth.
If you have type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, you're a target for chronic kidney disease. You can already have it and not know it. If you have chronic kidney disease, your kidney health could depend on what you do today. Farxiga is a pill that works in the kidneys to help slow the progression of chronic kidney disease. Farxiga can cause serious side effects, including dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in women and men, and low blood sugar. Ketoacidosis is a serious side effect that may lead to death. A rare, life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Farxiga and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this bacterial infection, an allergic reaction, or ketoacidosis. And don't take it if you are on dialysis. Take aim at chronic kidney disease by talking to your doctor and asking about Farxiga. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Farxiga.
At TSR, we transform your old, beat-up concrete into a beautiful, durable surface in one day. Hi, I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings. We specialize in garages, patios, pool decks, basements, and more. We don't just coat over your old concrete. We start by grinding it down, then we apply the base coat and chip and seal it with our own proprietary sealant that will never chip or peel. Our coatings are beautiful, durable, ridiculously easy to clean, and are backed by our exclusive lifetime warranty. Our in-house team is ready to answer any questions that you have before and after the install. And right now on all projects, we're offering 15% off. Call the number shown below or visit our website for your new floor today.
We'll take a look at this. A TikTok video shows dozens of beachgoers running and jumping out of the way as two sea lions scurry on shore at a beach in San Diego. A sea lion expert says what he sees is normal sea lion behavior for this time of year when males are sparring over females as breeding season gets underway. He adds the male flopping along the rapid-fire pace as he's darting around people was likely fleeing from the other male closer to the water's edge that was chasing him because they were fighting over which females they could get in the water. Still, he says, if a sea lion is barreling in your direction, don't stand by and watch.
That's a very narrow beach, too. There's not much room to run.
Oh, get out of the way, I tell you. Well, July's full moon, the buck moon, may illuminate the sky tomorrow in a particularly big way.
The buck moon will appear full from this morning to early Friday. According to NASA, it will reach its peak tomorrow at 2:48 p.m. That's Eastern time, 1:48 our time, but will not be fully visible in North America until moonrise. For those who catch a glimpse, it might appear larger and brighter than other moons of this year because it's a supermoon. A buck moon is the supermoon that will come closest to Earth this year. This full moon is most commonly known as the buck moon because male deer or bucks fully grow out their antlers in July. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, it is interesting. All right, congratulations to you, by the way. 1 year here at News 3 Now.
Time flies when you're having fun. It's been a whole year since you started here. Yeah, it is.
Honestly, yeah, it really has just been flying by, honestly.
Does it feel like a year or 5?
You know, it hasn't felt very long at all. Honestly, I've blinked and now here it is. I'm in July, moved here a week ago last year, and it's like, wow, like I am really still doing this and I'm here in Madison.
Yes, you are. Lucky for us.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. But speaking of that supermoon, we're looking for a pretty good night for us to be able to watch it here in Madison.
Nice and clear.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to be talking about that coming up in the full forecast just after the break.
iMart Express owns selection, price, and speed. Need single vision? Get 2 pairs for just $38.71. Progressives 2 for $76.92. Nobody beats us, guaranteed. iMart Express. Right glasses, right price, right now.
What happens to your body language when you use Dove Dry Spray? It shows. Try Dove Dry Spray. Our weightless formula with 1/4 moisturizers is effective and kind to skin, leaving you feeling instantly dry and confident.
This is Connie Ryan of Ryan Funeral Homes. While things have changed, it's still necessary for families to stay connected. And when it comes to the loss of a loved one, it's important to process and grieve and honor your loved one in a way that keeps everyone safe. We're doing this through intimate services and private virtual streaming so your family can be part of the service no matter where they are. Ryan Funeral Homes are here with your safety in mind and compassionate care in your time of need.
I'm Tim Michaels. Commanding the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier was an honor beyond measure. America is a miracle of countless sacrifices from unknown patriots. Honoring that is our duty. But today, America is under attack by radicals trying to tear down everything that makes America great. This is a fight we cannot lose. I'm Tim Michaels. I'm running for governor to help save the America that those before saved for us.
This is the house that angels built. Attic Angels Senior Living Community is built on a foundation of authentic, local care, a framework for living well, windows to take in the beautiful future, and is crowned by the pride that one's home is one's castle. This is the house that angels built. Attic Angel Community. Independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living, built with the help of angels.
Allergy sufferers. Bedtime means it's time to take Zysol. Zysol relieves allergies while you sleep, so you wake refreshed. Plus, it works faster than Claritin, and on first dose, provides the same relief as Zyrtec in a pill nearly half the size. Be wise all. Take Zysol at night.
How do we make your glasses the same day? It's all done in store. Our skilled techs handle your glasses from start to finish, getting them back the same day. Quality, affordable glasses made in store, only at iMart Express.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Starting things off with our radar as of right now, still plenty of dry conditions for us. Not a whole lot of cloud cover either. It's a pretty gorgeous start to our late afternoon going into our evening hours for us. But our friends into central and northern Wisconsin are looking at a couple of clusters of showers or even some thunderstorms, but it's going to continue to trickle its way closer towards the Dells, but looks to miss us by the time we get into the later part of tonight. Now, outside of that, we're still going to be dealing with some milder and breezy conditions throughout much of the rest of our evening, but as we can see, that cold front which is sweeping by is trying to bring in just a bit of some showers and cooling things off just a tad. But overall, we're not going to be seeing too much chances of seeing storms later on or even some showers because there's just not a whole lot of moisture in our atmosphere. As you can see, going into tonight, we're looking at plenty of open sky for us. Temperatures will cool down just a bit into those 70s, but still will be rather mild until we get into our early Wednesday morning and overnights, where we could see an isolated shower or two, but it's not really going to be very widespread at all and will end very quickly. By the time we get into our morning commutes, temperatures will be into the 60s, plenty of open skies, going to have a beautiful sunrise. And as we get into our afternoon, we're going to see temperatures be rather cool. Once again, it's going to feel pleasant. Going to have those northerly breezes really keep things quite cool for us, as we're going to see those 70s just hang around throughout much of our Wednesday and even going into our Wednesday nights. Transitioning into the later part of the week, before we get there, we're going to be looking at not too much in terms of any rain that may accumulate for certain areas. It's going to mainly be to the north of Dane County and even still just about a 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch. Not looking for anything sufficient. Now, as we get into the later part of the week, however, we have a better chance of us to see some rain here in southern Wisconsin, especially by the time we get into our Friday afternoon. It's going to be much more widespread as that system moves in from the west, and we're going to look at it to be a bit of an event that could stick around throughout much of our Friday and early into our Saturday as well. And here's just a quick little estimate of what we could be seeing potentially if the system were to roll its way in. Well, we could see a healthy amount of some rainfall here in southern Wisconsin, close to about an inch, maybe even more for areas just closer to the Illinois state line. So that's one thing to keep in mind for us. But outside of it, we're going to be dealing with some real heat after this weekend. As you can see, the hazy, hot, and humid air that's coming in from the southwest is going to continue to track its way across the rest of the U.S. by the time we get into next week and later into the later part of next week as well. So we're going to see temperatures skyrocket into those 90s, but with the humidity that we're going to be seeing as well, things are going to get pretty toasty. So just be prepared for that, because this week is like a pipe dream for our summer. Lots of clear sky, plenty of sunshine, temperatures in the upper 70s, low 80s, and then we are going to climb as we get into this weekend. Even though we do have a couple chances of seeing some rainfall, which we definitely need going into our Friday and Saturday, we're going to be dry heading into next week, but we are also going to be quite humid and quite hot. And until then, we are going to be enjoying what we have as of right now. The next few days are going to be warm, but still going to be comfortable since we're not dealing with a whole lot of humidity. And by the time we get into next week, folks, that's when we're going to need to stay hydrated and be mindful of how long we're going to be outside. As the 90s will be back, the humidity will be as well. Plenty of sunshine as well as we take a look at what we're going to be seeing throughout the next 10 days. But until we get there, let's just not try to think about next week, and let's just enjoy this week and this weekend, as the 80s are going to feel great. Not a lot of humidity. May see a couple of showers, but we do need that since it's been rather dry for the last few days.
Open the windows tomorrow.
Yeah, open the windows up. You can even sleep with the windows. It's going to be so nice.
Oh, that'll be nice, because we'll need the AC the following week. And you always time your vacations perfectly.
Perfectly.
Yes.
Every single time.
He does.
You hit the lake, so. All right.
Thanks, Julian.
Thanks, Julian. Well, stiff competition in a crowded field for this year's Primetime Emmy Awards.
Michael George takes a look at the 2022 nominees.
HBO's Succession leads the pack this year with 25 Emmy nominations, including Outstanding Drama Series. Netflix's wildly popular Squid Game is the first non-English language series to compete for TV's top honor, receiving a total of 14 nods. Ozark is also a Best Drama contender, releasing its final episodes in April. Lead actors Jason Bateman and Laura Linney are both up for trophies. And Zendaya received another lead actress nomination for Euphoria. Her first season win made her the youngest and only second black woman to win the category. Tuesday, she made history as the youngest producing Emmy nominee for the series.
Start touching your toes! And touch each other's toes!
What?
Ted Lasso is back to defend its Best Comedy title, scoring a total of 20 nominations. But it's in good company with fan favorites like Curb Your Enthusiasm, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and network newcomer Abbott Elementary.
I thought one of my colleagues here hired a stripper for me.
Star and creator Quinta Brunson also made history as the first black woman to receive 3 Comedy Emmy nominations in the same year, including acting and writing.
The Television Academy received a record number of submissions this year, which the Academy says indicates 2 things.
1, production is at an historic high, and 2, the quality of the shows we are all watching is also at an all-time high.
There were some snubs in this year's batch, including only 1 nomination for the wrapped family drama This Is Us, and 0 for big names like Julia Roberts, Jennifer Aniston, and Jessica Chastain. Last year's reigning champ, The Crown, didn't meet the eligibility period for 2022. Trophies will be awarded in September. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
HBO and HBO Max, with a combined 140 nominations, topped Netflix's 105 nods for the 2nd year in a row.
You know, it's nice about the Emmys. You've seen a lot of it.
Yeah, exactly.
As opposed to the Oscars, you don't see many of these shows.
That's true. That's a good point. Yeah.
All right, coming up next here on Live at 4, Consumer Reports helps us cook the best brats and hot dogs using both propane and charcoal.
And then coming up next hour at 5, Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway held a special media event today to talk about the safety of election officials in Madison. Our political reporter, Will Keneally, will tell us more at 5.
And he got so upset. Oh my God. Look. No way. She has definitely got some work done.
Doesn't even look the same anymore.
Talk about an extreme makeover. I wonder how much of Bob's money she spent on those upgrades.
Hey! The house looks great, right? 3 years, no interest on roofing and siding from Feldco.
Right now, get 3 years, no interest on Feldco Roofing and Siding.
3 years, no interest on Feldco Roofing and Siding, and soon. Call now.
866 for Feldco.
Like an eagle protects his head.
We all need a rock we can rely on. To be strong. To overcome anything. To be unstoppable. That's why millions rely on the strength and financial guidance of Prudential to achieve their dreams. Who's your rock?
$5,000 a year. That's the burden of Joe Biden's inflation tax on Wisconsin families. They can't afford it. From the grocery store to the gas station, we're all paying the price for Biden's massive deficit spending. Ron Johnson has the courage to say no to spending that is mortgaging our children's future. And his small business tax cuts help them compete and survive the pandemic.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Eyes require a certain kind of care. As a family-owned optical company for over 40 years, Wisconsin Vision knows firsthand just how important your eyes are. That's why our doctors and staff are highly skilled and passionate in their roles. It's why our centers offer a large selection of eyewear suitable for all lifestyles, and it's why our lens lab is state-of-the-art, conveniently located right here in Wisconsin. Ask about our $49 single vision package. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
Soak in the savings at the Century House. Right now, get a $100 instant rebate for every $1,000 you spend on any qualifying stressless seating. Don't miss the perfect opportunity to fill your home with the world's most comfortable seating for less. It's time for Stressless, proud to be endorsed by the American Chiropractic Association. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
New at 5, anytime, any place, anywhere. Officers trained for all situations that involve an active shooter. News 3 Now shares how the Janesville police are staying prepared for anything.
An overall warm forecast expected and fairly quiet heading into the weekend. We'll take a closer look at when we might see our next round of rain.
And ahead at 6, teens take to the skies with the aid of Camp Willow. We look at how this week-long event introduces kids to life far above the clouds. That's tonight at 6.
Our weather satellite ends up in Seattle today.
Well, that's a nice, not the traditional shot of the
Puget Sound.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful.
It is beautiful. Beautiful city.
It is. And there's coffee on every corner. I love
That's
that.
where it started. Well, it wouldn't be summer without an argument over the grill. Not about how to cook the food, but what's the best fuel source, charcoal or gas?
Consumer Reports testers share more top grill picks along with the results of their taste tests from different hot dog brands.
Brady Mallory tells us more.
Packing up my kids and going to our family's lake house and gonna have a great barbecue.
Work on a farm.
We're going to a parade.
Whatever you've got planned this summer, chances are part of it includes grilling. Or if you're lucky, eating what someone else has grilled. If you're going for that classic barbecue vibe, Consumer Reports' Paul Hope says, break out the charcoal grill.
If you want that smoky barbecue flavor, I always say to go with charcoal. It takes a little longer to set up, but the flavor is well worth it.
This Weber consistently earns a top spot in CR's rating of kettle grills. For more convenience and very good indirect heating, CR recommends this Dynaglow. If you're thinking about heading to the beach or a park, a portable gas grill might be the way to go. This one from Coleman travels easily, requiring only a light 1-pound propane tank, and it earned top scores in CR's tests. No matter where you're grilling or what you're grilling on, CR says you can't go wrong with hot dogs on the menu. Several CR staffers taste-tested hot dogs from popular names like Nathan's, plus several meat-free options too. The taste testers unanimously agreed, go for Nathan's or Hebrew National. And if you're looking for a meat-free option, look no further than the Beyond Meat sausages or the Impossible.
The meatless bratwurst from Beyond and Impossible were so good that I would actually choose them over most regular hot dogs or bratwursts.
For Consumer Reports, I'm Brady Mallory.
I actually had one of those at Bratfest, and they really are good.
Really?
Yeah. If you put the toppings on, you would never know that it's a veggie brat.
There you go. Consumer Reports also says the Oscar Mayer uncured original wiener is also a great option for the most basic hot dog-like hot dog. Also a kid pleaser with its simple, straightforward taste.
I love hot dogs.
I haven't had a hot dog in a long time.
I know, next time, hopefully they'll test brats. They need somebody from Wisconsin to help out.
Well, if it seems like COVID is everywhere these days, it's because it is.
Yep, the new OMICRON variant seems to be the most contagious yet, even to those who are vaccinated. We'll talk about it with UW Health's Dr. Bill Hartman when Live at 4 continues.
Welcome into another segment of our Madison Money Minute with Matt Cuplin, our face of Midwest Financial Group. They take care of everything financially that you have questions about. And we're out here at Winger Boats. We've rented some kayaks because we want to tie the theme together of financial freedom and a life of stress-free, leisurely living. And how do those two connect?
Well, I mean, look at this place. I mean, for some people, this is their goal, right? They want to spend their time here. The hard part is I think a lot of people don't understand that it's not about just having more money or accumulating more things. Mm-hmm. You have to have a goal in mind, and then you form a plan around it. Maybe that goal is travel. Maybe it's spending your afternoons at places like this. But whatever it is, you have to identify that first, and that can change over time.
Absolutely. I like that it's not about the money. It's a hard question, and it's a question I'm sure you ask everyone that you sit down with on their first meeting with you is what is it that's important to you, because that's what's going to help us plan for your future.
Yeah, most people just think, well, you know, I needed this number, whatever that number is, and that's part of it, sure, but what does that do for you? And I think that when we talk about being values-based and goals-based with our planning, that's what we mean. What's important to you? What are the things that you value most? And then how do we create plans to get you there?
And then, of course, it's that protection piece. It's thinking about the unthinkable in case that happens and really being set up that way.
A plan's going to have everything. You're going to have insurance, you're going to have taxes, you're going to have investments, you're going to have lots of different things. So it all works together.
Absolutely. So if this scenery looks good to you, it looks good to Matt and I, give Midwest Financial Group a call. Call Matt, talk to his team. They will set you up for success. And then come rent some boats from Tyler out here at Winger Boats. I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison.
I'm Tim Michaels. Commanding the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier was an honor beyond measure. America is a miracle of countless sacrifices. from unknown patriots. Honoring that is our duty. But today, America's under attack by radicals trying to tear down everything that makes America great. This is a fight we cannot lose. I'm Tim Michaels. I'm running for governor to help save the America that those before saved for us.
Is your home just as hot inside as it is outside? The problem might be your walls have no insulation or ineffective builder's grade insulation letting all that heat in. But when USA Insulation wraps your home in our premium injection foam, we turn your home into a cooler, keeping the heat outside and your cool, comfortable air inside, right where it belongs, and helping you save on rising electric bills. And right now, when we foam your walls, we'll insulate your attic for free.
USA Insulation.
And taking a look at our traffic update, as of right now, eastbound on the Beltline is where we're seeing some serious slow spots, especially just off of Fish Hatch, heading towards the interstate as of right now. Otherwise, we are looking at pretty normal conditions for us throughout much of the commute. However, for the interstate for 39, not looking too bad at all. That's going to do it for our traffic update. Let's go ahead and toss it back to you guys.
All right, Julian, thank you. Holy box office bomb bidding war, Batman. Fans of the Cape Crusader now have a chance to own a piece of Hollywood infamy, as George Clooney's costume from the 1997 box office bust Batman and Robin, yes, the one with the infamous bat nipples, will soon be up for grabs. Heritage Auctions will host the costume with a starting bid of $40,000. The movie was a huge critical flop, but the likely ones keep Dark Knight diehards from nipping each other's heels or bidding wise.
There you go, Mark. That could make it a Halloween to remember.
I don't think I have 40 grand for a Batman suit. Well, the Omicron variant of the coronavirus is not going away.
No, in fact, the BA.5 subvariant that is now circulating across the country may be the most contagious yet.
It accounts for more than half of cases, with infections surging across all age groups. UW Health's Dr. Bill Hartman joins us. Welcome to Live at 4. Welcome back.
Hi, Dr. Hartman. Good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Now, people that are fully vaccinated are still coming down with this BA.5. What's going on?
Right. So this BA.5 is distinctly different than previous variants of Omicron, and it's particularly slippery. It's able to evade immunity from people who've been infected with even previous Omicron variants. And so it certainly has been evasive to people who've been previously vaccinated. What we do know, though, is that people who have been vaccinated and boosted still have broad protection against the worst things that can happen from COVID, the severe disease, hospitalization, and death. And so it really still is very beneficial to be both vaccinated and boosted, even in this day of BA.5.
There is a lot of talk about an Omicron-specific booster that will hopefully be coming soon in the fall. So is it better, if you're thinking about getting a booster or if you're eligible for one, should you wait until the fall for the Omicron-specific one, or should you get boosted now if you're in that eligibility group?
I think if you're in the eligibility group, it makes sense to get boosted now. Waiting for the Omicron-specific bivalent booster, as they call it, I don't know if it is going to be beneficial or not. These are the tests that are being run currently, so we can see how effective. We know that you get a good antibody response to both BA.4 and BA.5 with the vaccines, but overall, we don't know what level of effectiveness that's really going to convey, and especially in October when 4 and 5 no longer are with us and new variants arise at that point.
And we don't know what those new variants might bring.
Exactly.
Why is BA.4, why are BA.4 and BA.5 so much more virulent?
So they have a particular mutation within that spike protein that it's not recognized by the antibodies that people have had when they've had previous infection or with our vaccines. And so our antibodies aren't recognizing this as something that they should be attacking as soon as it comes into a person's body. And so it makes it very evasive to the immunity that we have in the community right now. What we do know, again, is that if you have the vaccine and the booster, that you are going to be protected still against the worst things that can happen. But these things aren't force fields right now, and we're still seeing a pretty high level of community transmission.
But COVID now is a lot different than COVID back in March of 2020. We have vaccines, we have antiviral medication. So, I mean, it's still bad, but it's not, hospitalizations are not going up as much.
Right. We are seeing, especially with BA.5 now, a trend of increasing hospitalizations nationwide. But we really aren't seeing a spike in the number of people dying of COVID anymore. So we do have effective means to treat it, whether it's with Paxlovid or some of the monoclonal antibodies. And with one of the long-acting monoclonals, we're able to give pretty good protection to people who are immune-compromised. So we're definitely in a very different place with COVID than we were even a year ago.
And we hear about the Paxlovid rebound. What is that about?
So that is something that we're seeing. The Paxlovid itself is a 5-day medicine that you take orally. But for some people, and we've seen this more often than we'd probably like, as soon as they stop taking Paxlovid, they feel good for a couple of days, and then they get a rebound of symptoms. It's even happened to Dr. Fauci, who took it. And so it's a phenomenon that we have to look at a little bit deeper. Maybe the course of the medicine should be longer. We don't know yet. What we do know is that it definitely makes the symptoms better, and especially for the people that don't get that rebound, this has been a very effective treatment.
Are you contagious on the rebound?
Right. If you get the rebound, you're not infecting other people, right? It's just the resurgence of symptoms.
It's a resurgence of symptoms. It's likely that you would still test positive, and so theoretically you could still spread it to somebody, but the chances of being infectious, we would think that the viral load would be diminished far enough that hopefully you're not going to be transmitting many people.
Just when we thought we were getting a handle on things. Doctor, thanks for being with us today. Great information.
We appreciate your time so much, Dr. Hartman. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We'll have a final check your forecast when we come back.
What are you recommending for muscle pain?
Based on clinical data, I recommend Salonpas.
Agreed. My patients like these patches because they work up to 12 hours, even on moderate pain.
Salonpas, it's good medicine.
$5,000 a year. That's the burden of Joe Biden's inflation tax on Wisconsin families. They can't afford it. From the grocery store to the gas station, we're all paying the price for Biden's massive deficit spending. Ron Johnson has the courage to say no to spending that is mortgaging our children's future. And his small business tax cuts help them compete and survive the pandemic.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Spectrum presents Stream Home Makeover with JoJo.
We transform the Joneses' home, upgrading their entertainment experience with the best TV and internet services from Spectrum. Let's go. With Spectrum TV, you get your favorite channels and streaming apps, plus tons of on-demand.
Switch to Spectrum TV and internet for only $49.99 a month each. Now with even faster speeds of 300 megabits per second. Call 1-844-480-4713.
Ready for more? Take a look. With the free Spectrum TV app, you can stream live sports, news, and more on all your devices, inside, outside, and on the go.
Wow, that's awesome!
There's more. We powered up the game room with Spectrum Internet, which gives you the fast, reliable speeds you need to power all your devices. And it comes with free security suite, so you can feel completely safe and secure.
Switch to Spectrum TV and internet for only $49.99 a month each. Now with speeds of 300 megabits per second. Call 1-844-480-4713.
Call now.
Gun violence prevention starts at home. According to Public Health Madison, Dane County, we share the tips the organization has to keep your family safe. And Janesville police begin active shooter training sessions. We examine how those translate to real-life situations. That's tonight at 5.
My sister was the most loving, just free soul.
But a year ago, a senseless car crash took her life. Now her family's honoring her memory by doing good for others. Charlotte DeLeste shares Ashley's story Thursday on News 3 Now at 6.
It's dry and sunny for us here in southern Wisconsin, but we are monitoring the situation of some showers and even some thunderstorms that are developing in central Wisconsin. Meteorologist Dana Fulton will have your full breakdown coming up at 5.
Fry Construction invites you to celebrate summer with our hot summer sale. We're talking about sizzling savings of 22%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 2 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Get on board for our hot summer sale. Save 22% off gutters with any full roofing or siding project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
Are you suffering from neuropathy? Do you experience stabbing pain, numbness, tingling, or burning in your feet? Are you tired of sleepless nights and avoiding life due to pain? If you've been diagnosed with neuropathy or are experiencing pain or numbness in your feet, pick up the phone and call us right now before it's too late. Neuropathy is a very serious and progressive disease where your nerves start to break down. Eventually, it leads to balance problems, falls, complete loss of independence, and often amputation. Our program addresses the underlying causes and doesn't simply mask your symptoms with medication. In fact, many patients start experiencing relief from their neuropathy symptoms within weeks. There's no surgery and no use of prescription drugs. Pick up the phone right now and call the number on your screen to find out if you're a candidate for our neuropathy program that has changed thousands of lives. You don't have to spend another day suffering. Call us today and see if you qualify for the relief you deserve. Do not wait. Call now.
Why hide your skin if Dupixent has your moderate to severe eczema or atopic dermatitis under control?
Hide my skin, not me.
Because Dupixent targets a root cause of eczema, it helps heal your skin from within, keeping you one step ahead of it.
Hide my skin, not me.
And for kids ages 6 months and up, that means clearer skin and noticeably less itch. With Dupixent, you can change how their skin looks and feels. And that's the kind of change you notice.
Hide my skin, not me.
Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. When you help heal your skin from within, you can show more with less eczema. Talk to your child's eczema specialist about Dupixent, a breakthrough eczema treatment.
In today's Final Touch, Barbie is paying tribute to one of the world's top conservationists.
There is a new doll modeled after Dr. Jane Goodall. The doll will be released on Thursday in time for World Chimpanzee Day. It's made of 90% recycled ocean-bound plastic, which sends a message about efforts to curb climate change. And the company is going green as well, hoping to be 100% recyclable in its products and packaging by 2030. The Goodall doll is part of Barbie's Inspiring Women series, which pays tribute to incredible female heroes of their time. The 88-year-old Goodall began her research in Africa in 1960, observing that chimpanzees make tools, they hunt and eat meat, and show compassion, among other traits.
She really is something.
I love this idea.
I love the binoculars.
Great idea.
Great idea. Good for them. All right, that's our time for now. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back here again tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.